everyone, and welcome back to another Earth Key English podcast. As you can see, we have a new setup. I know. We've got the new mics, we've got some new lights, and everything's looking fresh, and we've got a brand new guest with us today as well. So, before we start, please don't forget to like this video and don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well. And you can get free content from us every week. We've got free lessons, we've got podcasts, we've got tips and tricks. So don't miss out and hit that subscribe button. Right. Today we have a beautiful guest with us, and I'm not going to introduce her. She's going to do the honors herself. So please, would you introduce yourself to our lovely audience today?
Hi, nice to meet you. I'm Mai. I'm 22 years old. Yes, and I'm very glad to be here today.
Cool, welcome back. Well, welcome. So Mai, where are you from originally?
Originally, I'm not from Hanoi. My hometown is
Okay.
40 kilometers from Hanoi. It's up to the north. So if you drink tea in Vietnam, you see every brand, they will have Thai Nguyen tea. That's my hometown.
Cool, man. Very, very cool, hey. So then what actually brought you to Hanoi in the first place?
Actually, I just went here for studying university,
Uh-huh.
and then I stay here for work. And I don't think I will leave Hanoi because now I kind of love it.
Yeah. I to be honest, I really understand that. I mean, I came here with the mindset of, I'm gonna stay for a year.
Yeah.
3 years later, here I am with
For the rest of my life.
For the rest of my life, maybe. We don't know, but definitely for a long time.
Yeah.
Guys and girls, if you're planning on teaching and traveling anywhere, trust me, Hanoi is a gem you don't want to miss. Right. So you speak English really well.
Yeah.
When did you start learning English?
It's same for every Vietnamese children that we start from 8 years old in primary school.
Yeah.
But then we just study some stuff like hi, how are you,
Yeah.
and some grammar stuff. So I just actually learned speaking and listening when I came here for university. Yeah, so it's maybe 4 years ago.
Okay. Oh wow! But I mean, like I learned a second language at school as well.
Yeah.
And in South Africa, because we have so many languages, I learned Afrikaans and Zulu as a second language.
What's Zulu?
Zulu is one of the native African languages,
Yeah.
from specifically Southern Africa, and from the Nguni tribes. It's got quite a few clicks in it. It's quite nice. It's very nice sounding language. There's a very famous poem, and they made it into a song called the Click Song.
The click.
Yeah, because the words in it are
So it's all click. Okay.
Yeah. So we learned those two languages at school, and then in end of grade 9 we got to choose only one to like focus on. But saying that, again, like nobody at the end of high school could really speak those languages. So was it the same for you guys as well?
Yeah.
Okay. So then what drove you to pursue English even further?
Because when I went to the university, it's kind of one of the best university in Hanoi, in Vietnam.
Okay.
And I didn't see myself outstanding in the class at all because everyone is beautiful, everyone is pretty, they're very smart, and they excellent in English. So I think, okay, so at least I have to try to be good at something. It's quite impossible for the appearance, because I cannot change it. So I'm gonna change in my English.
Well, I think you look lovely anyway.
It took a long time. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's good. That's some like really internal drive. Hey.
Yeah.
Was there anybody or any specific situation that you remember that you were like, now I have to learn English?
I remember my first presentation in the class.
Oh yeah.
I thought it wasn't that bad, but it seems like people they didn't understand what I'm speaking, and they didn't pay attention at all. So I'm not sure it's because of my English or it's because the content of my presentation is too boring.
Yeah.
But anyway, after that, I thought that I was quite ashamed when I'm speaking English. So I think I need to change it.
Yeah. That's that is a really powerful emotion. That like feeling ashamed of like, oh my god,
I couldn't speak that English anymore.
Like, oh my god, I suck. No. I mean, I remember having that feeling in Italy, trying to speak to my cousins in Italian, and I couldn't actually communicate with my cousins, and that feeling of guilt and shame drove me to learn Italian, and I was like, nope. By the time I'm 18, I'm gonna be fluent in Italian.
Could you speak Italian now?
Yes.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah. So now I can communicate with my cousins. And it's funny though, because as I've learned Italian over the years, they've learned English. So now they speak to me in English, and I try to speak to them in Italian, and they ask me, no, we need to practice our English, please speak to me in English. And I say, no, I need to practice my Italian, speak to me in
You
Italian.
can speak Italian yourself, and they can speak English themselves. It's okay.
I agree. I think we can.
It's not good for listening practice, but it's good for speaking anyway.
And if we want to have like a semi-secret conversation,
Yeah.
and have two languages talking. Yeah. Oh, that's really cool, man. So what work are you doing now?
I'm working at the Mercantile Exchange of Vietnam, and I work at risk management department. Yeah.
Okay, why did you choose to go into this? Was it a passion of yours, or?
Yeah, I love it because I study finance and banking in university, and at first, as many Vietnamese children, I didn't love my major at all. I didn't know anything about it.
Yeah.
I hate math.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's why I'm an English teacher.
Yeah, but my parents want me to choose something that is stable, that you can have a good job in the future. That's what every parent want. So they want me to choose accounting. I said no, never. I hate numbers. I could never do that. So after fighting with them for several weeks, so I chose something in between finance. So I went to a school of finance, and after 2 years I kind of into it, so I keep doing it until now.
Okay, and it's just become an interest of yours now as well.
Yeah, now I haven't have a serious job in another major. I tried in marketing and content and some teaching, but I still prefer finance most.
Okay, that's really cool, man.
Yeah.
So, do you work with private clients and personal clients, or do you work just with overall risk analysis?
No, I just work overall, and actually I don't work directly with the customers.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not my duty
Not
to.
your duty.
Yeah.
Yeah. And has English helped you in the workplace?
Yeah, of
over
course,
the years?
because it's quite new in Vietnam. That major is quite new in Vietnam, so we have to work with a foreigner partner too.
Okay.
Yeah, so when open the account or have some email and the calls, I will be the one who in charge for it.
Okay, that's quite interesting, hey.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing it must be quite a high requirement to be able to speak English for some of these major companies.
Not really, because as I see in my company, maybe I'm the best one.
Oh, is it?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry to say so, but
Well, don't be sorry to say so. It's just be proud. Say, own it. Yes, I'm the
it's
best
not
one.
about the academic English, because when you speak to your parent, maybe you need some academic keywords, something like that.
Yeah.
But in general, it's just people to people, and as long as you can make people understand you, that's okay. And I couldn't say that I'm a profession at English, but I'm quite fluent at it.
Yeah. Quite proficient, quite fluent. I fully agree with you there, man.
Okay.
Definitely. Yeah, no, it was something you touched on though, that you don't need so many academic words
Yeah, you don't need that.
to conduct business English.
Yeah.
The nice thing is though is that with the English language, there's only around, and again, if you're listening, please comment in the below if I get this number wrong, but I think there's only around 300 to 500 actual words in the English language that we use 80% of the time during the day. And it's just a repetition and a different mix and match of these words anyway. I fully agree with you there. Yeah, definitely. I mean, again, I think one of the most important things with business English is the cultural differences and the way of communicating is needed and understanding. So that's not just with English, but getting microphones here. But that's not just with English, that's with business, communication in general, have there been any skills you've learned on this job that you'd say university doesn't teach you at all?
Is about just English or is about like in general?
In general, yeah. Like
in general, of course, there's a lot because school is just school, right? When you go to an office, you have an actual job. You have so many things to learn. Just the first thing I learned is about my finance. Okay, there's a lot of things I learned at school, but then I forgot.
Yeah.
It's my fault. I forgot.
I think most of us do, to be honest.
Yeah. And in school, we mostly study about like the theory and maybe some exercise. It's not about the real case. That's what I learned in my workplace. And about the culture too, how you interact with your colleague, with your boss.
Yeah.
It's never taught in university.
Yeah, I think that's definitely some of the skills that you learn in the workplace that you don't learn at school. You don't learn. You don't learn even at university. And they say university's prepping you for the world, but
it's prepare like when you go from high school to university, you had a shock. And then from university to workplace, you have a shock, another shock. And you want to move from this workplace to another workplace, another shock. So it just prepare you to have another shock after.
It's literally, it's life standing there with a bag of lemons. And every time you upgrade, it's just throwing lemons at you. Yeah, man, definitely. So... What does the future look like for you? Are you planning on staying here and growing your career in risk management, or you're looking at moving to a new country? Or?
I'm thinking of it because I'm still young. Now my parents don't think that, but personally I'm still young, so I still have like time for me to choose and to think about what I want to do. So my plans, maybe I will do master degree in another country.
Oh, very interesting.
Yeah.
Masters in finance? Or?
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah. Awesome.
And I really want to improve myself on finance. So maybe if I have a master degree on it, I can have a better chance on finding the job. Or else I can stay here because I can see potential in this company, and I think if it's just 2 or 3 years later, it's gonna be so big, and we have more opportunity to work there.
Interesting. Maybe I'll think of investing with you guys.
Yes, you should, because we open for individual investor too.
Really?
Yeah.
And for foreign investment in Vietnam?
Yes, of course.
Interesting.
You should.
We need to have another conversation about this as well. So guys, if you're investing in Vietnam, speak to our lovely guest. She will be tagged in this video as well, so please don't irritate her Facebook, but Contact her, get in contact with the
Yeah.
company, and look after your future life, guys. Investments is where it's at. All right. That's awesome, man. So have you thought about which country you wanted to do your master's in?
Yeah, I had it in mind, and I even studied the language,
Oh,
French.
really?
Oh my god.
Vous parlez un petit peu de français?
How to say a little in French?
Petit.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I'm really stuck at speaking and listening French. I think it's same when I start learning English.
Mm.
I couldn't speak at all. I couldn't listen either.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me listening is much harder than speaking.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I think it's especially with French as well. Oh my goodness, listening to French.
Oh my god.
It sounds beautiful. It really does. It's like my mother says it's like pulling silk out of your mouth. It sounds so smooth.
Yeah.
But yeah, listening to it is very very difficult. I can read a bit of French
Yeah.
because I can read Italian, and so I kind of recognize
Yeah,
some of the
some
spelling.
letter.
Yeah, and the grammar is and the grammar's almost the same. But yeah, it's a very difficult language. Hey?
Yeah.
But the thing is that you already speak English, and so once you learn a second language, learning the third language becomes even easier than learning the second one.
I
Then
don't
learning
think
the fourth
also-
one becomes even easier than learning the third one.
It's not get easier. It's just you used to learning a new language, I think.
Yes,
And it
yeah,
depends on the
yeah.
language you learn too, because last 2 years I tried with Chinese. I gave up
Okay.
after 2 months.
我会说中文，一点点中文，
Oh, I understand that.
一点点。
Yeah.
Again, though, it's all about the time you put in and the practice you put into
Yes.
to language. So I mean, like, what type of practice would you do to perfect your English?
For English, okay, so because I studied for a long time in school, so my grammar is really good. I'm real proud of my grammar.
Your grammar is actually really good.
Yes.
I mean, sitting here, and the teacher in me is like, the back end is slowly analyzing and marking.
I'm just stuck at speaking and listening. So at first I had a tutor. So we didn't speak something too academic or too complex. We just start with, okay, how are you and how was your day?
Yeah.
That's all we talk for 1 month.
Cool.
Yes.
Cool.
And then I'm trying to speak with different tutor. Like I changed my tutor.
Yeah.
So I get used with another accent and the way of they use the vocabulary and speaking.
Yeah.
And then I had a class on cooking Vietnamese food.
Oh, cool.
Yes. That's how I know a lot of travelers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you still do the class?
No, I gave up. It's not I gave up, but my partner, she's moved to France, so now it's just me, and it's not a good time for traveler to.
Yeah. But to be honest, I know that there would be a lot of expats here in Hanoi that would be interested to learn.
Yeah.
Me. I'm interested to learn.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. That's really cool, man. So, doing something like that is definitely how you can boost your language learning. I mean, my cousin in Rome used to host couch surfers all
Yes.
the time.
It's on cost surfing, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I really want to do that too, but my apartment is too small.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll be surprised, man. Like I couch surfed once before. Well, I've couch surfed a few times, but the one time I couch surfed with my cousin and his friend. It was 3 of us sharing a bed, and shame the poor owner, man. Like I refused. I was like, no. I will sleep on the floor. But the owner of this little studio apartment was like, no, it's an Airbnb. You guys get the bed, and I'll sleep on the mattress on
that's
the
sweet.
floor.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, you are very sweet. Yeah, you're very, very sweet. But it was 3 of us, 3 like big men, like sleep on this like
Yeah.
one little bed. So you will get couch surfers that'll be like, It's fine. I have a sleeping mat and a sleeping bag. I'm
Yeah, I
cool.
have. Yeah, my bedroom is quite small, but I have a spare living room.
Oh, then
Yeah, that's where I used to host all the guests from the cooking class.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, that's awesome, man.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna bug you for a cooking class, eh? So we've
Yes.
got
You can
investments
have
to talk.
a tutor on the cooking class.
Yeah, that sounds great. That sounds great.
Yeah.
We can have it like a workshop day where it's like investments in the morning and cooking in the evening.
Yeah, you can.
No, I'm playing. No, but that's really cool, man. Really cool. You should,
Yeah.
if you want to learn French, you should start doing it for French tourists that come in.
Yes, because before that, I told you I have a partner. She's she was studying French at that time, so we wrote on the description that we accept English or French. So
Okay.
sometimes we have some guests that they don't speak any. Okay, they speak very little English, so we just communicate on French.
Okay.
Okay, at that time I didn't learn French yet, so all I said is,
Oui.
no, sorry, could you talk to her?
Okay. Yeah, but now, okay, so now you've got an idea to
Yeah.
there for French, definitely. Oh, that's very interesting, man. So, do any of your family speak any other languages as well?
No, my mom and my dad, because they kind of a middle age, and in the past, it's a requirement for Vietnamese people to study Russian.
Yes.
Yes, so my mom knows 2 words in Russian.
Okay. Well, she remembers something from school. That's great.
And my brother, he's studying and then living in France now, so
Okay.
he speaks French.
Wow, man, that's
Yeah.
so interesting. Hey, it's amazing how I've met middle-aged and like elderly Vietnamese people that
Yeah.
speak either Russian or French.
Yes, it's
And
really
it's-
popular
yeah.
to study.
Yeah. And I mean, I've spoken, well, not spoken. I've tried to speak because my French is very bad as well. But these guys, like, their French is amazing.
Yes.
Like it's fluent. It sounds like
I
someone
thought
from
like
France.
maybe
itself.
they live with the, how to say that, the locals.
Mm.
Maybe some French were living there at that time.
Yeah,
So
yeah. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can still see lots of French influence in the old quarter area.
Yeah.
And in the buildings and everything.
I think if people at my grandparent age, they may speak French.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. May I ask? I don't know if it's stepping on any toes, but what is your view of the French and the colonialism back in the day?
How do I think about the history?
Yeah.
Okay. No one likes the war.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but I think it's unavoidable.
Yeah.
Like your country, sooner or later, it has to go to that phase, like the war.
Yeah.
So-
Unfortunately, every country goes through a war. Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't say it's lucky, but I mean it's unavoidable to have that. So now it's past, and we accept it.
Yeah.
And actually, I kind of avoid talking about it because
Okay.
my knowledge on history is not that much. Like
Yeah.
all I study about history is from school, and you know that history book is written by the winner.
winners, Yeah.
Yes.
No, yeah.
So I
history.
don't actually like 100% believe in it.
Yeah.
And yeah, it in the past, so I don't know the truth either. So I would kind of avoid talking about it.
Okay. Well, my apologies if I stood on any toes. I didn't.
No,
mean
it's
to.
okay.
I
It's,
didn't mean to.
I have like an experience. My brother, he had some friends from France to Vietnam, and he asked me to host them for few days. So I met them in Hanoi, and they asked if there's any place to visit.
Yeah.
I was stupid. I took them to the Hoa Lo prison.
Oh, yes.
I didn't realize until we got there, and they wrote it right in the gate. Hoa lo present, the Maison de something like that in French. And it was like, oh no, I'm fucked up. Okay, that once. And
were they offended by that, or?
no, they was cool with that,
Okay,
because they
okay.
said, yeah, they said that okay, they know about the war, but
Yeah,
they didn't know
understand,
like
yeah.
how cruel it was it. So it's nice to see by their eyes, to see how the war like in
What
Vietnam.
it really was.
Yeah, in Vietnam.
Yeah.
So it's okay. But another time, I went with he's one of my best friend in Hanoi. He's American,
Yeah.
and we went to it's like an exhibition
Yes.
in the Royal City.
Yes. I
Yeah,
know which one you're talking about.
Yeah,
Yes.
the VCCA. And at that time they have, I didn't remember what they had. Actually, I didn't even read them. I just know that place, and I said, okay, let's go there. Maybe there's something interesting to see.
Yeah.
Okay, so when we get there, it's an exhibition about the American War.
American War.
Oh
I
my
was
God.
like, oh no. But I mean, to be honest, I visited the museum in Ho Chi Minh and in Ho Chi Minh City, and I'm not American. I was dating an American at the time, and we're still really good friends. But that museum hit her hard, and she was in tears, and
Yes.
she came out of that museum saying that she learned things there that the American that they don't learn at school, and she was like,
I was crying when I was in the Hoa Lo Prize
even I was
Museum.
crying looking
Yeah.
at some of that stuff, and it was hectic, yo. But I must say, since I've arrived here, definitely some of the most friendly people in Asia, the most welcoming, and also really, really proud of their country.
Yes,
I must
we
say,
are.
yes, yeah, well done, guys. Like, seriously, I mean, you guys got into the quarterfinals for the football Asian Cup last year,
Yes.
and the streets were insane.
We was crazy about
It
that.
was amazing, man. The motorbike,
Yeah.
like parades of motorbikes with flags, and did you do anything for that?
I did.
What did you? Yes,
Because at that time I was working in a Korean company, and you know the coach for the Vietnamese team, he's Korean, right? And we the whole company we went to like a beer hơi restaurant, and when we won, no, we didn't win that time, but the previous match we won, and it was crazy. Everyone came to our table to say thank you. Although our boss, they're Korean, but they don't know. Yeah, but they love the football too.
Yeah. It was amazing, man. I just
Yes.
remember standing on the corner of Swansea and Alco.
Yeah, it's
And-
stuck. Alright.
I chose to stand there. Me and my girlfriend at the time drove out there, and we parked our bikes, and we were eating our food and just watching all the bikes and the people and the crowds, and this was for the quarterfinals, guys. The
Yes.
quarterfinals. I mean,
And I feel like if you guys have any like disagreement at that time, just say Vietnam vô địch, and then everything fine.
Yeah, everything fine. Yeah, Vietnam #1. Vietnam vô địch. It
Yes.
was honestly so great. Yeah. But Mai, thank you very, very much
Yes.
for joining us today. It was absolutely a pleasure to have you. Unfortunately, our time is running out.
Yes.
But before we go, is there anything you'd like to say to our audience? Any tips or tricks that you'd like to give them?
My tip, I think, is only one tip for learning any language is don't afraid to be wrong. Yeah, I know that sometimes, okay, not sometimes, many times I speak it wrong, and sometimes I even wrote an email to my partner wrong.
Yeah.
It's nothing. No one care in your grammar.
Exactly.
It's okay.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's a great tip, man. Yes. Guys, don't be afraid to make mistakes, because that's how we learn. But yeah, thank you very much for joining
Thank
us
you.
today. It was absolutely awesome to have you on our show.
Yes. Thank you.
And thank you guys for listening. Please don't forget, hit that subscribe button, give us a thumbs up, share this video, and so many people can benefit from learning from our lovely guest today.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you very much, and thank you guys very much. We'll see you soon. Goodbye.